It's not going to be easy. It's going to
Yo, good morning, guys. What's up, everybody? Good morning, good morning. Welcome in, welcome in. Hope you guys are doing well. Say what's up in the chat if you can. Like the stream on the way in as well, boys and girls. Let's get this party rocking and rolling. First stream of the week, guys. Let me see. Good morning, Raymond. Good morning, Raphael. Good morning, PEJW. Good morning, Caven. Maida, good morning. Good to see you. Sashin, good to see you. Allie, good morning. What's up, guys? Hope you guys had a good weekend. And hopefully having a good start to your February so far. Good morning, 7-0. Mattel FX. Good morning, man. Debbie, good morning. All right, guys. So let's quick jump in here. Obviously, first and foremost, we have Jolt's job openings, Red Folder News at 10 a.m. We have Trump speaking later today as well at the end of the day, so nothing we really need to worry about due to hold a press conference about Israel-Hamas conflict at the White House. Okay. Is it just me, or has he already done more press conferences in 2 weeks than old Sleepy Joe did in like 4 years? Is that just me, or not? But yeah, real quick, since we first stream of the week and we haven't really gone over any like higher time frame, top-down analysis, weekly time frame bias or anything like that, I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything. I think price looks like shit, and yeah, I just think it looks pretty atrocious, pretty nasty. Obviously, another big gap down yet again this week. Pretty big gap up as well for the new day opening gap. But yeah, like looking here at the weekly, obviously we talked about it at the end of last week. Friday, 1 win, 1 loss. We were watching how this weekly candle was starting to kind of form. Here's last week's previous weekly candle. Comparing the two ranges between ES and NQ, we have ES having swept its previous weekly candle low, and then NQ has not as of right now. But I think a lot of ICT traders are looking at these lows starting to stack up here as what will become a low resistance liquidity run, whether that's now or whether that's saved for, you know, maybe NFP, maybe next week with CPI data and stuff like that. We'll have yet to find out. But doing some quick little analysis here as I scale in, we know that ES has swept the previous weekly low and NQ has not. So we have an SMT at the previous weekly low. We have a 4-hour BISI, bullish fair value gap, currently being respected with the bodies. This 4-hour candle has 24 minutes left on it. So top of the hour will take us to that. But we are seeing, for now, respect to this 4-hour inefficiency, scaling into a 1 hour now. No PD arrays in here at all, other than this down close candle. See if there's any SMT with that. There's not. If anything, you got a little inversion fair value gap here on the 1 hour. We didn't inverse that yet here on ES. NQ we did. So just scaling in here. And we got this London high up here. No, we're already above London high. So this is Asia, and this is for now previous, or I should say, I guess current high of day, buy side. Up here at 600, 21,600 on NASDAQ. We're right about New York midnight and New York session open right now. Is your guys' trading view still being a little laggy, or is it just me? Bro. 931, 932. So first presentation fair value gap right here. First presentation, we're shooting up. Never tapped into first presentation. Let's check opening range gap. Not a whole lot of an opening range gap there. Already obviously closed and traded above that now. So there's that. And then the only other thing that might be worth marking out here. We need to look for, there we go. Yeah, we could just see price kind of slowing up once we get to the new day opening gap. I don't think it really pays to mark that up. Let's go ahead and fade this out a little bit. Just so we know it's there. That way if price gets up to that buy side level and starts going sideways for a bit, we know why. Or peek of the hourly. Alright, we're trading above buy side here. SMT for the moment with ES. I think ES will likely run it out as well. Just displacing straight up here at the open. But yeah, anticipation for today. Like I said, I think we look pretty messy on the daily and the weekly charts. The only context we have to draw off of is that the previous weekly low was swept on ES as of right now. But fully anticipating we could just be waiting until Jolt's job openings at 10 a.m. A lot of times when you have 10 a.m. news, you'll see pretty, I don't know, less than ideal opening ranges. And then not get a setup until like 10:30. Sometimes that next following macro at the end of silver bullet hour. So, so yeah, man, that's kind of where I'm at. Don't really have any like strong bias one way or the other. Still waiting to see how this weekly range kind of forms and plays out. So, good morning, Money Glitch. Good to see you. Yeah, we got red folder news, Daniel, at 10 a.m. Jolt's jobs openings. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But you guys trade? Did you guys trade yesterday morning? I know it's NFP week, so NFP protocol says trade Monday through Wednesday. Generally looking to try to be done by what, 11 a.m. Wednesday morning, and then you know, stay sidelined for the most part Thursday, and look to trade NFP after the news. So I tape read. I woke up. I did intend on streaming Monday. I know I told you guys last week I was going to stream Monday through Wednesday and then NFP. Just with the opening gap down we got to start the new week, I was just like, dude, I I'm like, dude, I have no idea what Price is wanting to do. I don't know if it's the trade war talk, but yeah, everything's pretty messy, to be honest. So took a long weekend. So we can't trade on funded, right? What do you mean? You can trade on funded if you want. You can trade on funded if you want. I'm still trying to I still have 3 Topstep X combines that I'm like $1,000 from passing. So it'd be cool to get a trade and pass all 3 of those, you know, get those rocking and rolling, ready to go for obviously just in general, but you know, maybe by NFP Friday would be sick. Going into next week with CPI and PPI as well. So yeah, I mean, it's up to you. You know, if you're, I always say, you know, base your risk off of confidence, right? So, you know, if you feel like you're not confident in where market will draw towards, you know, maybe that's a good sign to either A, just totally sit on your hands, be sideline and tape read, or, you know, trade something that you don't care honestly what happens to it, right? If for some people that's a combine, for other people it's just paper trading. You know, for me, I would say it's combine at this point. I would say I'm, I don't know, fortunate enough to be in a position where I can, you know, if I happen to do some damage on a combine account, I really don't give a shit, to be honest. But I understand that's dangerous advice for most people, I'd say. So I would never condone it if you can't afford to do so. Good morning, John. Good to see you. But yeah, no, you can trade during news, Daniel. Yeah. You're not breaking any rules. That is a common prop firm rule, though. Like, I think FTMO has a rule that you can't trade during news. If they don't, I think they used to, at least. Did you guys see FTMO bought Oanda? I saw that yesterday. That was kind of crazy. I don't even know. How does that supposed to work? Oanda is US based, US regulated, and FTMO is not, right? FTMO is, what is FTMO? It's either Europe or UK. I forget. One of the two. But yeah, I'm not sure how that's supposed to work with them buying a US based Forex brokerage. But my God, they must be just raking it in, boys. They're just out here buying US based brokerages at this point. They got so much money coming in. They charge a lot though, right? For anybody in the chat, if you guys use FTMO, do they still do is it still 2-phase? I remember I took a couple FTMO challenges back in the old day, and I remember I passed phase 1 a couple of times. I could never get past phase 2. I don't know what it was. I remember one time I failed just because I ran out of time. I was like 1% from passing, and I was like my last day. So I just sent it on a couple trades that really didn't make a whole lot of sense, but what are you supposed to do, right? Are you waiting for news? That's the plan. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking is likely. You know, I would say had Price formed something really clean and clear, I definitely did not have to wait for news or anything like that. But red folder news at 10 a.m. is pretty standard. Usually opening range, you can a lot of times look to play off of opening range, right? So first 30 minutes of market open. There's been plenty of days where we've played off of, you know, opening range high or low, and then potentially catching reversals off of those range highs. We have SMT still at this high, so I pointed it out. I'm still watching it on my other monitor up here, but ES failing to get above these highs here, so we still have bearish SMT present. Looked like ES was going to run that out, but ultimately we're leaving it for the moment, boys. But yeah, I mean, as we get closer to the news as well, then if you're not already in a position that you can cover. No point in, I just don't think there's any good reason to enter a trade right like before the news. We see every once in a while it'll play out when you're just like, damn, the only entry I could have gotten was right at the news. But, you know, I think if you make a habit of doing that over time, that's going to not play out most of the time. So we'll see. I don't have a clear, like, draw on liquidity at the moment either, though. Other than, like, you know, seeing that we traded up from a 4-hour bullish fair value gap. We got this external high here above Asia high. So that would be, if you know, if I had to pick where I think price is potentially drawing towards, I'd pick that. But yeah, I think you could easily still make a case for either direction still. Just because the daily's so ugly. You know, keep in mind we're literally in, like, if I go to the daily chart, like, just look where we're at in price. Like, look at this. Look at these daily candles. We're literally just parked right in the middle of the new week opening gap, which was huge. I don't know. This is nasty. I don't know how else to put it, boys. The daily chart's gross. And then the 4-hour candle is closing here in like 10 minutes. So, but yeah, this would be it. As you scale in, you can kind of maybe start to form a little bit of bias based off just order flow. Which we can do. We can definitely do. But yeah, I would say like if you're sitting here trying to like feel FOMO and you're longing this because you're just like, oh, I just think we continue higher. I mean, I guess, but you know, I guess you're hoping that the SMT will fail here as well, right? So this would be immediate reason why trade would fail if you're trying to long this. Not saying it can't work out, but to me, you got opposing PD arrays at the moment. Yeah, usually you can pretty easily get slipped quite a bit as well. Nobody knows how the news candle is going to react, right? Sometimes it's boring and doesn't really do much. Other times it's just absolutely wild, and you'll think you've already manipulated, and it'll manipulate 1 or 2 more times, and then it'll go. So, yeah, just a lot of manual intervention at those volatility injections, boys and girls. Okay, and then we have ADP non-farm tomorrow. And then we have CPI next Wednesday, PPI next Thursday. Good to see it back on a normal routine here. You guys remember we were getting like PPI before CPI and it was like starting on Monday? Last couple of months. So there we go. We see price pushing. We'll see ES. There we go. Start to take something away here. All I know is I woke up this morning. I check my phone, and I see I have like 30 plus unread or unlistened to voice notes from ICT's Telegram, and I say, "What the fuck?" I open it up, I look at it. The first one, like I'm seeing like 10-minute long voice notes in there. I'm like, dude, what? Is anybody in there that wants to just give me that listen to it all, that wants to give me a paraphrase version of whatever 30-minute audiobook he sent today? Macro is starting right now. We got very close here to the new day opening gap. Bro, ES is still holding on. It's just generating perfect equal highs here. I find it very hard to believe we're not going to run those out. Yeah, well, I mean, when I look at like the hourly chart, it really looks like NQ has a great chance of taking out buy side at 600. And then potentially creating another bearish SMT, ES being weaker, lagging behind. And then that could set up something, a potential bearish reversal to the downside. So could see if NQ runs this high out. We'll have an SMT. Potentially. We'll see if this 10 a.m. news can bring price to this buy side level. But I don't know. Yeah, I'm not really too interested in trying to just like YOLO into it long here. Oh, man. It's all pre-market, yeah. Yeah, I'm just not a big fan of pre-market trading. Do you guys in the chat trade a lot of pre-market stuff? I mean, it's just not very volatile most of the time. So, I don't really see the I'm kind of convinced. I'm not saying that ICT cherry picks. I'm not gonna, but I think a lot of people out there cherry pick. You know, you got a lot of people that like there's no reason or there's no like trading in odd times is not a part of most people's trading plan. But then like you'll randomly see people post, "Oh my god, I caught this crazy move in Asia." It's like, oh, you just watch Asia regularly now all of a sudden? Like, what are you talking about? I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I like to trade one session and then just get off charts. Like I just don't care what happens. Like I saw a little clip on somewhere. Maybe it was Twitter. I don't know. But Kane, I think it was Kane, Trader Kane. He said that too. He's like, "Yeah, I just trade my session and when I'm done, I don't care what happens in price." I'm like, "That's how I am. I don't I'll have people like sending me messages randomly throughout the day like, "Yo, bro, did you just see blah blah blah?" I'm like, "No, I did not see blah blah. I don't give a shit. I'm not trading right now." You know? Yeah, I use Topstep X. Sick, yeah. Topstep X, Trade of 8. I was thinking, well, I opened up an AMP live account. They have the best basically commissions, cheapest commissions for anybody that trades. So if you're a swing trader, if you're more of a swing trader, TradeStation is probably your best bet in terms of like regulated futures brokers. This is just from taking a deeper dive into commission structure, broker to broker, and things like that. So TradeStation's probably good if you trade very infrequently and you're more of a longer term trader. You don't place very many trades because they have the highest commissions. Trade of 8 is not too far behind AMP. Trade of 8, there's two different ways you can do it. You can either pay per trade or you can subscribe to their there's like a subscription you can pay that gives you commission free trading, but if you don't trade enough, then it doesn't really make sense to do that over just doing the pay per trade commission. So I think most people that trade on Trade obviously do pay per trade. I would think, but yeah, if you're more of like a scalper, high volume trader, place a lot of trades, then the subscription definitely would be more cost effective. But then yeah, AMP, based on like if you only place like a handful of trades a week, which I would say is roughly where I'm at, ballpark. Based on commissions and fees, AMP is the probably your cheapest option as far as that goes on live brokerage. But they're the only broker. I gotta request a proof of funds letter from the bank before they approve the account, which you don't need to do on TradeStation or TradeAvate. So I gotta wait for a certified letter from my bank. Yeah, I agree, Nika. I like that. I don't know why it's like that. Like on TradingView, you know, it kind of like paper trading. The paper, when you're paper, like right now I'm logged into TradeAvate. Oh, you can't see it. I'm logged into TradeAvate right now on my TradingView. And for whatever reason, when you're actually executing trades, for whatever reason, there's like that different feature on AMP, and I don't know about TradeStation. I've never actually used TradeStation. AMP and like paper trading, you can just drag and drop your TP and stop loss from your order. For whatever reason, on TradeAvate, you can't do that. That's kind of weird. Even though they're both using TradingView, I don't understand why that's a thing. But that's not really super important. It's more so just finding a broker that, you know, on live, finding the one and using the one that's most optimal for your trading style. You know, if you're somebody that places like, God, if you place like 15, 20 plus trades a week, TradeAvate probably would maybe be the best option. But at that point, you'd probably want to pay for the subscription. I forget what the subscription costs. I think it was like $100, I think. But I don't remember exactly what it was. You have to look it up. But at that point, you might save yourself actually, because you pay for the subscription that gives you commission-free trading. So if you're placing a lot of trades, it'll pay for itself. That's if you're trading. If you're going to be trading any live accounts. IC markets, yeah, I'm not really familiar with them at all. They never requested that? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That's what they requested. They requested for me. Yeah, news came out here, boys and girls. 600 buy side met. So we have this external high being traded to and through on NASDAQ. SMT here, bearish SMT with ES. Let's see how price responds. I'm going to go ahead and delete the new day opening gap now, just because, well, we didn't really slow up at all when we got there. We just traded right through it. We'll see. We could use it as support and trade higher, but just to keep the chart clean here. You wrote it yourself? Well, you gotta have. It says they want to see the bank, the letterhead or whatever. So what did you do? Did you forge your bank's letterhead as well? Anthony, good to see you, man. I'm doing well. How are you? Anthony, you start your engineering job here. Was it, you said this week? I forget. Remind me. I was curious to see if you figured out any solutions or anything, any useful tips. What's up, CR? Someone says there's a 5-minute fair value gap. And yeah, there's a lot of 5-minute fair value gaps. We've got a 1, a 2, a 3, possibly 4. Yeah, we've got some gaps, boys. That is for sure. Yeah, you know, the first presentation for value gap got left open. Same with, oh, we did tap into it here on ES. This is what I mean. Sometimes these gaps can be a little tricky, boys. Sometimes you'll see ES or NQ tap into an inefficiency you're waiting on. And then the other one will not. So sometimes if you're waiting to get filled in an imbalance, sometimes you might not, and that could be the reason why. Sam. What's up, Sam? I don't know. I have a buddy named Sam. I don't know if that's him or if this is just some random guy on YouTube with the name Sam. Either way, what's up? Know him? Not him. Fair enough. Thanks for clearing that up. Oh, man. Plan to see strict voting usages. If it's strict, I might open FX prop account, swing, or use features in Asia. Fuck. Yeah, I mean, if that's what you feel is best, I just hate the idea. Me personally, I would hate the idea of like going from day trading to swing trading, because I just feel like you know, and you're probably in the same boat. Like a lot of reps, you've built up a lot of reps in market experience with this style of trading. So you'd have to kind of build a whole new repertoire of experience for becoming a swing trader. I used to be a swing trader. I went from swing trading to scalping, and I'm like, okay, scalping I don't think is. When I was scalping, I actually just felt like a crackhead. It's just like so many trades, so fast. Like I'd be in and out of trades within sometimes like 30 seconds or less, just depending on how volatile things were. I was trading a lot of US 30. And I just was like, okay, this is too fast. I'm somewhere, my personality, I'm somewhere in the middle between swing trading and hyper scalping. So, yeah, I think 50 to 100 point runs on the NASDAQ is pretty much right where the good Lord intended for me to be. It feels about right. That 50 to 100 point range. Because I'm also, the other thing with swing trading, like, bro, waiting, you know, you're just waiting so long. I mean, you're waiting for daily and 4-hour candle closures, like, all the time. So the only nice thing about being a swing trader is you're not really session dependent necessarily, right? Like you might get a trade that you activate at any point. Versus day trading, you got to be a little bit more mindful, I say, of obviously kill zones, macros, obviously important. But yeah, it was just tough. I hated holding trades for a week just to either, you know, hold a trade for a week that still gets stopped out, or hold a trade for a week that was in profit and then it comes all the way back and stops out at a break even. So it's like, nice, I just held a trade for 7 days to get stopped at break even. Like, I don't know. I just felt like I was wasting a lot of time. And then hyper scalping was just, yeah, too fast and furious. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Before I know it, I'm taking 30 trades. Felt like I was at the slot machine. Click, 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 click. You see those videos, like old people just lined up at the slot machine. They're just nonstop pressing the button. If I oil up on Cam, you believe we'll get a 1 to 12? That is a decent theory. I don't know. 125 people watching. I don't even know how many likes we got, but it's probably terrible. You want me to oil up for no likes? This ain't OnlyFans, but it's close. Old kid. ICT is old kid. I think he's saying that he acts like a kid, but he's old. Well, you know what? I heard some good advice once. Never let the inner child die, boys. I don't know if that's applicable here, but we'll go with it. I mean, dude, literally market open here, and it's been straight up. 932. Wait, 930. 930. Oh, I'm on the 2-minute chart. Aha, that'll do it. 930. 1 wick down, straight up. Nice. Well, %50 of the chat did say bullish. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. I don't know if people voted for that after watching it rally. If you voted for it after the rally and you're voting off of a hindsight, you're soft. You're soft. I need to start closing that poll before we start deciding direction. See what people really think. No, I haven't taken any trades yet today, Luxor. Just been sitting here, BS and chopping it up. Nope. I wanted to wait for Jolt's job openings to come out. But yeah, we've just been going straight up since open, so. All my crypto is all red, but apparently Nasdaq's going straight up. Gotta love that. Moon when? That's what I'm wondering. Yeah, she got kind of scary over the weekend, didn't it? Over all the trade war talks. But then it's like, all of a sudden, yesterday rolls around and you've got Canada and Mexico postponing their tariffs that they were going to retaliate with, right? And then you got Mexico sending 10,000 troops to the border to help out with the immigration issue. So, The Art of the Deal, boys. Have you guys read Donald Trump's book, The Art of the Deal? I listened to the audio version. Like, I didn't listen to the whole thing through, to be honest. But back in I used to listen to a lot of books on Audible. Back in my earlier 20s, boys. A lot of Audible, a lot of audiobooks. Art of the Deal was one of them. I never finished it. But that guy showcasing the art of the deal, boys, with Canada and Mexico. Come on. Crazy because I live on the East Coast, because people on the West Coast can still trade with a 9 to 5. Bro, that there was a period for a couple years where I really thought I was gonna move to like Arizona. I mean, obviously Arizona and Florida are time zone wise two different places and two different time zones, but that was actually one of the cons that I had for like moving to Arizona or anywhere closer to the West Coast, was literally trading. I'm like, dude, I'm not, like, I don't want to wake up fucking 4 a.m., 5 a.m. to trade market open. Imagine living in Hawaii. What are they, like 5 hours behind? They got to wake up literally like 3 in the morning to trade opening bell. So I think Florida would be the move if I was going to move anywhere. No state income tax, red state, and Eastern time zone. Yes, we know there's SMT, Kahumeli. We've already talked about it a couple times. We have already talked about it a couple of times. Yep, so I'm just waiting for some structure to form here on the lower time frames to see if we can get an opportunity for a reversal. We might not get it, but we just might. We'll see. But yeah, starting to build the bearish narrative or a reversal. Bearish SMT, step number 1. I mean, I like that the opening bell move higher was, you know, not very, it didn't offer both sides, right? It's straight up one direction. The only people that have made money since opening bell are people that are long. So we know that at some point price is going to want to return back to hit some trailed stops. People that are holding, the only people that have been profitable this morning are people that are bullish. So yeah, crypto I don't think is doing too hot. It was down a lot, obviously, on Sunday. We'll see how. Let's check it out. 195. I don't know why it's blurry. Yeah, it's down like 30K from where it was like a week ago, 2 weeks ago. I should have taken profit instead of taking a screenshot. Right? Do you trade when you have strong higher time frame bias but not clear lower time frame structure for targets, like how we are now, but you have some draw on liquidity higher? Well, yeah, I would say the draw is probably more important, right? Because if you have the draw correct and you feel strongly about a draw, you know, I think the lower time frame structure / entry model is, if you got the draw right, it doesn't really matter how you enter. It's going to more than likely play out. You know, and then, you know, when I started the stream today, just looking at the daily, I was like, price looks terrible on the daily. So the daily really didn't tell me a whole lot. I only could get some sort of a bias as I scaled in, which I never really love to do, but Just because this can get messy. But like 4 hour, like this 4 hour gave me a little bit of a bullish bias, as well as ES having swept its previous weekly low and NQ had not, just the weekly candle. But you know, what do you want me to do? Like long here at opening bell? So I mean, I don't like trading. I don't like trading like right away at market open. There's no rule. I don't have a rule that says I can't. That's just not generally what I like to do. And then like the only reason I didn't take this long here was, or even really think about taking it, was just because of we had SMT with ES here as well. So as soon as we're tapping into this bullish PDRA, we had a opposing PDRA at the same time, and then we had news looming in, you know, less than 10 minutes. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's a big move. I could see how a trader would open their chart and see this and be like, what the fuck? You know, all of a sudden they got a lot of FOMO because they feel like they missed out. You know, yeah, it moved a lot, but you know, if it didn't meet your plan, did you really miss something? To me, you've only missed a trade when it gives you everything you wanted to see, like within your plan, and then you just don't execute. Then you could say you missed something. You know, but I don't know. I just don't feel like I missed out on anything. It just went straight up. So I don't know if that answers your question, Bika. I'm gonna call you Bika. That's what your name looks like. A Bika maybe. Looks like an A maybe before the B. But yeah, no, drawing liquidity is always most important. I know some people have like beginner friendly, or some people will teach like beginner friendly ways to find daily bias using technicals. That's fine, but I think as you trade longer, you'll kind of like your draw on liquidity will probably become more discretionary, and it won't be based off of like, oh, just because the daily candle XYZ did this, or the 4 hour, you know what I mean? Those are all kind of just cookie cutter, beginner friendly, like, oh, here's something you can use to find daily bias. Which can work, but I also don't try to like predict too far ahead, because reality is, especially as day traders, I'll see some people like they'll try to predict what's going to happen the night before. But it's like between the night before and opening bell, and then 15 minutes into the opening range, like we could look so different than what it looked like at night, the night before. Where it's like, well, you just kind of turn into, once you start trading here in the morning, you just kind of start reacting to price anyway. You know. So trying to predict too far out in advance. I mean, I guess if you're a swing trader, that's probably what you got to do. You're trying to predict big swings. The only benefit of maybe being a swing trader would be that you can also use your same trading style to manage your portfolio for your holds as well, right? So they could kind of go hand in hand with that. But then you're basically spot trading and leverage trading all with the same style. We'll see how this structure forms. We're coming up on 10:30 here in like 8 minutes. I did tell you guys that with 10 a.m. news, a lot of times the setups can come around 10:30 / end of the hour macro. I'm interested to see if we can get a change in the state of delivery below this low. The other thing I was going to ask you guys about as well. So when I traded supply and demand, and this is just more of like a conversation piece, and I understand that there's conflicting maybe opinions about this. So when I traded supply and demand, and I've said that supply and demand is very, very similar to ICT concepts in terms of like using order blocks. You're basically order block trading and setting a lot of limits, waiting for the order block to be retraded into, your limit gets triggered, etc., etc. But when I was doing that, I would always use whatever time frame I'm looking at. I would always use the very last, in this example, up close candle, right? So the very last candle that took the high, right, that took the liquidity, I would use that always, whatever time frame I'm looking at. And then obviously you got ICT who's saying, no, listen, anybody that's teaching my order blocks, if they ain't teaching it telling you that it's the full sequence of up close candles that took the liquidity, that's the actual order block. You guys remember he said that? Well, I watched his shotgun, I think it was a Shotgun Saturday YouTube video. And granted, he was using a 15-minute time frame. However, he didn't follow that advice. He marked out the last up close candle of that 15-minute sequence. And in that video, you can go back, you can go watch it if you haven't watched it, or go back and re-listen to it if you missed this. But he actually referred to this as the change in the state of delivery. Did anybody else notice that? When this opening price gets closed below that, he said was a change in the state of delivery. And he was using a 15-minute chart, higher time frame. But yeah, he just used the last. He didn't use the sequence. He used just the very last one, which is what I always did when I traded supply and demand. But I'm sitting there, I'm like, what the fuck, dude? You're confused. You're confusing the people, bro. Will you just stop changing your mind here? So yeah, I noticed that. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? And it's like, it's not a big deal because you're still reading structure similarly, and it's like you can still catch the moves. You're still anticipating drawing liquidity and whatever. But like, in terms of precision, you could see how that would be annoying, right? Like if you're really trying to be as precise as possible, it's hard to do that if you kind of keep moving the goalpost. Same with I remember obviously 2022 model is how a lot of people got into ICT trading. And, you know, at one point he was saying that if you're entering off of a fair value gap, stop loss needs to go all the way below the 3 candle sequence that created the fair value gap. And then later on, I believe in 23, he said that, oh, actually, no, you just need to be below the fair value gap candle wick. And then later on, he said, no, you can actually just use the open price of the fair value gap candle. You don't even need to include the wick. But then later on, in one of his market commentaries, I remember he actually shit on somebody who talked about putting their stop loss below the fair value gap candle. He goes, no, it goes below the 3 candle. I'm like, okay, well, what is it then? I screen recorded it. I remember when I had my Discord was private in 23, I was just annoyed. I literally showed them both clips side by side, and I'm like, look what he said here, and then look what he said here. And everybody in my chat was like, what the fuck? I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm not crazy, am I? Because I still do. I have like an entire note section. I have an entire note section, like in my phone notes, where I have all the ICT videos I watched. I would bookmark on my notes. I'd bookmark important points. Like I would bookmark parts of what videos where he said like how to manage trades, how to trail stop properly, or how he recommends trailing stop. How he recommends entry, how he recommends stop placement. So I still have a note with all of these bookmarks. So it made it easy to go. It made it go easy to go look back on all this stuff. And so I'm like, I feel like he said something different back in the day. Let me go check. Sure enough. So that's why, but at the end of the day, that's why market experience is the most important thing. Because at the end of the day, you're going to get to a point, if you're somebody that really puts a lot of stock and you hang on every single word that ICT says, you're going to get to a point at some point where you've just gotten enough experience for yourself where you don't do that. You're not hanging on every little thing he says. And just because he says one thing does not mean, oh, Goslin, welcome. Hey, Goslin.
Nice.
Welcome, Goslin. But yeah, you're just gonna get to a point where your own experience kind of takes over, and you get to a point and you just play stop loss where you're like, it shouldn't go here. If it does, I'm fine being stopped out. Think the trade's becoming invalid, etc., etc. But yeah, if you do put a lot of stock into what ICT says, and you hang on every single word, and you go back and forth on your own analysis because of it, that could be frustrating. And then he likes to just get mad at people who are teaching his concepts incorrectly. But it's like, well, bro, you can't say people are teaching your concepts incorrectly when you say one thing and then 6 months later you say it's something else. It's like, what the hell? What are we doing here? I don't think anybody. I think there are influencers out there that are trying to teach. They're trying to like come up with their own stuff. There are people that definitely do that. But then I think there are other people that genuinely are just, sharing what they learned through their own, like they're teaching it their own way, if that makes sense, or how they understand it. And if what he has said is inaccurate, well then, how would that person ever get it right, if that makes sense? Why is there not an option to gift membership? Oh gosh. I don't even know how to set that up. I thought that was just something that, I don't know how that works actually. As you can tell, I'm still apparently new to streaming. I don't even know how to do that. I'll have to look that up after the stream and just see. I've never seen how that works. I watch every now and then, just like this Telegram. When I try to listen when I'm trading, I always lose the past 2 days. And today I muted him. Boom, big W today. Yeah, I don't really like every time I've tried taking in opinions, whether it be from him or anybody else while I'm trading, it just skews my own thought process. Like, I could be thinking one thing, but then, like, let's say I hear someone else say, well, I think that this could possibly happen, and all of a sudden my brain starts thinking, oh, well, what if they're seeing something I'm not seeing? And then, like, my trade or my idea would have played out, and then because I took someone else's opinion, I don't take it. So I think that's definitely a real thing. I was listening to, because I wasn't streaming yesterday and I was tape reading price, I was listening to like following along with his commentary yesterday on the Telegram. And he was saying he wanted to see price reach higher prices. He wanted to see price reach, it was like a consequent encroachment, I believe, with the new week opening gap. And then it sold off, right? And then obviously I think he was sidelined at that time. And then once it started breaking below the opening range, he was calling for lower prices. And then if you guys remember yesterday during AM session, we just had like this crazy God candle to the upside, and we just started reversing straight up. And all of a sudden he was saying how he wanted to see lower prices, and he was just sitting on his hands. And then like 10 minutes later, he was like, yep, I actually entered in a long, and I'm leaving 2 contracts as runners. You were just calling for lower prices 5 minutes ago. You know, so I'm not trying to hate on ICT. I'm just like, I mean, it's like, what do you want me to say about that? It's like my friends who just are constantly waiting for, they're just like constantly waiting for a crypto crash, and like it'll just keep going up, and then they just say, yep, keep waiting, it's coming. Just keep waiting, it's coming. Just keep waiting, it's coming. It's like, well, if you sing the same song long enough, at some point you're gonna be right, probably, right? Like if it'd be like if I said, hey guys, I think NQ is going higher, and then market tanks, and then 2 days later it goes higher, and then I come back and I say, told you guys, I told you it was going higher. Oh my god, I'm the best trader ever. We got NQ and ES. I'm watching the 15-minute price here on my other monitor. And we got ES tapping into the 15-minute. Fair value gap here. Same thing. NQ much faster to the upside. So we're leaving this open. But yet again, we still have this bearish SMT. Which is... And we've just been straight up this morning. So... the only people that have made money this New York session are bulls. So I'm just really not interested in trying to continue longing, honestly. If you were long earlier and you caught this move, congratulations, you're probably done for the day. There's no need to try to do anything else, to be honest. You know, you got your piece of the pie, so it's probably all right. So I'm really only interested in potential reversals, I would say. So that's what I'm waiting for. XRP holders vibe, yeah. God, I've been holding XRP for a long time. Too long. Or not long enough. I don't know. You're pregnant, Nika. Congratulations. Baking a little baby in the oven, are you? Come on. 22 membership, video 65, 23 membership is really all you need. Coming from someone like me who watched all of his videos, so there you go. Very 2022 mentorship of you. What? Remind me what I said. That was very 2022 mentorship of me. Always NFP week is hard for me. I don't know why, but it is, at least for me. What about you, bro? NFP week is hard. No, I mean NFP week. No, I'm generally a fan of NFP week. Monday through Wednesday trading, Thursday off, Friday after NFP. You know, I mean it's every month is unique in and of itself. So, and it's interesting times right now, man. Trump just took office 2 weeks ago. He just took office 2 weeks ago. He signed on a crazy bunch of executive orders. He's getting into speculative trade wars with China, with Mexico, with Canada. Yeah, I mean, this only happens once every 4 years when another president comes into office and there's a bunch of stuff going on. right? So I wouldn't that's what I tell you guys a lot. It's really easy to be zoomed in a micro mindset of looking at your trading performance, and a lot of people just look at their trading and they say, if I'm red, I'm bad. If I'm red, I'm bad. If I'm green, I'm good, right? And it's just like, I don't think that always tells the whole story. For some people it might, but in large part, I think it's a pretty micro way of viewing things. Regardless, all of it's good experience. You know, even if you woke up and you sat on charts and you just tape read and you focused and you concentrated and you're learning, in any condition, it's good. Right? You can learn something from every situation, whether it's what to do or in a lot of cases what not to do. Not tired of winning at all yet. Yep. Hey, we got a lot of winning to do, boys. But yeah, make no mistake about it. We are definitely in some, I don't know, transitionary times, right? New president coming in. Obviously, Trump being as gun-ho with getting as much done as humanly possible in a very short amount of time. I would imagine, like, this was the expectation, right? The expectation was we're going to see some crazy markets. We're going to see things doing all sorts of stuff, right? So I would not say I'm at all surprised, right? It's always when you get into the moment, you know, we talk about it for months on end as we're leading up to it. And then when we get into it, that's when the patience comes in, right? We don't got to be patient when we're fantasizing about it 2 months ago. We got to be patient right now because we're here now. All right, so deleting this. We're putting in a new high now. So any market structure shifts or change in the state of delivery, we now have to look at the low that sponsored the new high. So that's the reason for deleting that. And like I said, only interested in reversals at this point. If we go higher, we go higher. I'm not saying we're going to reverse. I'm just saying that's what I'm waiting for possible opportunities. To me, in my mind, I've already missed the long. If I was going to go long this morning, it's already gone. It doesn't make sense for me to want to long from here. What do you think about It's Johnny? Similar strategy to you? Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna. Me and Johnny, we kind of go back to the old TikTok days. Man, you guys remember that FX summit? Wasn't it like TJR, Johnny, Justin Werlein, and then what's the other guys? What's TJR's like little like minion guy that helps him out with everything? More. That's right. Yeah, more trades. But I don't know. Yeah, I like Johnny. He's obviously on a tear right now, right? I follow him on Twitter. And then I see his like Instagram reels every once in a while. But yeah, I don't know what his, you said we trade similar his model. I mean, we all trade ICT concepts. I'm not familiar with like any one specific person's model or anything. People ask me what my model is, and I feel like I don't really have a straightforward answer because it's not like I'm trying to always enter off the same exact thing necessarily. I'm really focused on where price is drawing towards, right? Internal to external liquidity, order flow, right? And then trying to get in line with that. not trying to predict things that I hope will happen. Just trying to react to what price is showing me. That's really all there is to it. And then and then obviously in key times using displacement to essentially permit my entries, right? After this run, it'll stay barcoding, yeah. After expansion comes what, chat? What comes after expansion, chat? What do we get after we expand, chat? Used to love TGR, but he just became a YouTuber and not a trader and is not professional anymore. I mean, he was never professional. I mean, I wouldn't consider myself like I'm still kind of off the cuff and colorful with my dark sense of humor on stream, but yeah, I've talked about him enough. There's not really much else that needs to be said. I feel like once he started a CFD offshore forex prop firm, I think that kind of said all that needed to be said. And then, I mean, now he's promoting. Isn't he promoting another forex broker right now that he's got a nice affiliate deal with? And that's what people don't understand. Like, that is the trading space for a lot of it. The forex space especially. It's a lot of broker deals. It's a lot of, yeah, it's just a lot of nonsense with all that stuff. And you're kind of leading the sheep to slaughter when you're getting people set up in something that is, I mean, it's illegal for people in the United States to trade on these brokerages. I actually don't know how the FTC hasn't stepped in and like somehow more so regulated that, because a lot of people still do it because they make good money by doing it. Brokers hit influencers up all the time and offer them deals. And they offer, and then once they actually have a relationship, they do so much stuff with them. Hey, do you want us to give you a fake account that looks real so you can flaunt profits and P&Ls all over the place, make people think you made all this money trading, and then you're going to be able to sell your whatever your course or mentorship is, but then also we're going to get more people funneled into this brokerage. So then they make money, you make money off your affiliate. Like, that is what happens in the trading space. There's no denying that. And yeah, it's just unfortunate. I just don't like seeing it. As somebody, my first like year or two in trading, that was, you know, kind of falling victim to some of that stuff as well. And then getting to a point where I couldn't even like take money out of the brokers. And then you find out like people that you thought were just really great traders and made all this money trading. You found out that everything was fabricated on the back end with the broker to give them fake results that they could sell. And then you just kind of find out everything's fake. And it's really discouraging. And, you know, if you lost money following said individuals as a result of that, well, that's really frustrating and shitty, frankly. So, yeah, I just have no respect for any of that stuff, to tell you the truth. And if that makes me a hater, then I guess I'm a hater. I don't know. Whatever. I'd like to look at it as just being a decent human being. We got macro in like 4 minutes. We did get a 1 minute change in the state. I'm waiting for some displacement down. I see somebody in the chat said that they entered short already, but here's your last down close candle, new high. Change in the state here. Little bearish 1 minute for value gap. I'm just waiting for displacement. To me, this, I don't know, wasn't too convincing. So with macro coming here, it could be a nice little setup. Idea would be get back the discount. At least. Man. Bum, 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 bum. So, what, macro in 2 minutes. Yeah, just stay patient here. Let the market tell us when it's ready, boys. Give us some fast displacement that we can use, would you? Could look to maybe use this 5-minute structure as well. We are inverting here this 3-minute inversion for value gap here. So starting to see some bullish order flow disrespect. Nice little low resistance liquidity run here. Yeah, let's go for it. I'm going to enter a short here. Stop at the high. Try to run this down to equilibrium of the range. Slight entry just a minute before the macro or so. Or is that 542? The reason for it is because I just like this as well here in the short term. That we're stacking up. I'd like to see this all just quickly get traded through. Retested the inversion on the 3-minute. Can you pass Topstep with one? Wait, what? Day 4500, 2 day 4508, or must it be 4508, 4508? Ooh, I think you're good. JT, are you asking? Cause is that exactly what happened? Is that exactly what happened? I think you're good. I mean, I know it's. Yeah, I think you're good. Honestly. I'm not. Yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and try to tell you to try to lose $8. I mean, you could if you wanted. I guess you could try to lose $8 to get an even 4,500. But I think you're good, dude. Especially considering that you got an even. If it's an even 4,500 on the first day. Yeah, as soon as you hit your profit target for the second day, it should equal a past account. Macro is starting, boys. Let's see if we can get some speed to the downside here. Yeah, I really wouldn't want to see. I wouldn't want to see another manipulation leg up. I think we just go higher if we do that. We just kind of keep probably drifting up the rest of the day, or at least the rest of the morning. And then, yeah, plan for me is once we trade through these low resistance liquidity lows, relative equal lows, I'll take stop up to my entry. And then see if we can get some follow through. Yeah, TP is at 542 because it's equilibrium of the range. So I just marked out from low to high using the old Gone box here. Equilibrium, discount of the range is right there. So that's why. In a lot of higher time frame imbalance, like this is all 15, 30 minute imbalance. 1 hour. Because, you know, it's obviously we displaced up heavy at the open this morning, so we could see price just stay bullish on a higher time frame. So I'm not trying to counter trend trade too much, but we got bearish SMT at the external high with ES. It's nice low resistance liquidity run. We got a lot of unmitigated and open fair value gaps down in here on the higher time frames that we could trade back into. Even if we are bullish, we'll trade into them, reverse, go higher, which is why I'm trailing stop to break even once we trade into them. Below these candle lows is the first 15-minute bullish fair value gap. We'll see. We just traded through these lows. See if we get any follow through. Five-minute candle closing here in like 30 seconds. Gosh, it'd be sure nice to get a nice close below these opening prices on the 5-minute structure. You bastard. That is not what the doctor ordered here. Get your ass back down there, NASDAQ. You're making me look bad in front of all my friends. You're embarrassing me. But yeah, reason for not trailing the stop up at all, or jamming stop the break even, is just because we haven't even traded through all of this yet. And until we trade into an opposing PD array, like the higher time frame 15-minute fair value gap, I don't see a reason to choke the trade out. I am in, yes. I just have all my markups on my trading view chart. So it might make more sense. But yeah, I'll show like once we get close to TP or even stop loss. If we reverse and I get stopped out, always got to show the actual stop getting hit or the TP getting hit. Yeah. Yeah. Topstep TV. Focus is the real F word. Amen. Can't is the real C word, ain't it? Oh, man. As soon as we trade through these lows and get stopped, moved up to break even, your boy's gonna go get another cup of coffee. I need to buy one of those like thermos mugs or coffee cups that keeps your coffee warm. Just teetering around here. Start of the end of the hour coming in 2 minutes. See how the end of the hour wants to react. Ember, yeah, that's what it's called, ain't it? I know, I need to get one. What am I waiting for? I ain't getting any younger. My coffee ain't getting any warmer. All right, last minute of the hour. ES is about to trade through this low. I'll say if ES traded through that low and NQ didn't, we'd have a bullish SMT. And ES would be trading back into its 15-minute fair value gap. Just as it starts to look good. Respect that up-close candle, would you please, NASDAQ? All you peons drinking cold coffee. I'm over here burning my tongue hour and a half later. Yeah, never been a big cold coffee guy. I don't know how these people drink iced coffee, to be honest. Sounds absolutely terrible. Back at the entry again with this new hourly candle. Are we at the point of control, Mason? Oh yeah. Woo! Yeah, we'll see. Like I said, boys, if price just trades higher here, I think we just capitulate higher for the rest of the morning, at least. If we're gonna reverse, we're gonna do it now. I mean, how close can you get to going to our break even without hitting it? I actually marked the wrong low here. Here we go. Yeah, the idea was to go break even here, or once ES took out this low. This is the candle that just closed. Look at that. But yeah, just gonna hold the trade here, either stop or nah. Where is my? There we go. Doesn't want to dip its little toe in the 15-minute Bissy. You're up 850% on your meme coin position. Which meme coin? Farcoin? We just printed hidden bullish divergence on the 1 minute from the opening low. Are you using RSI or what? Yeah, we'll see, guys. If this bullish fair value gap holds here, we're cooked. In all likelihood. Bought 91 million meme coin. Now it's 170 million. I don't know. What's MC? Chat, are we cooked? Are we cooked, chat? I mean, I can't believe it got like 2 ticks. All right, guys. I'm just going to probably cut the... I'm going to give it a second here. I'll probably cut the trade a little early. I know I said I was going to hold it to my stop, but if we don't start reacting from... We're retesting this 1 minute imbalance. If we look like we're not even going to respect it, then I'm just going to... I'm watching this candlestick high. As soon as we trade above that, I'm closing the trade. I want to see that be a swing high here on the 1 minute. If we get above that, we're probably going to the stop anyway. Yeah. Trailed stop down above this swing high. So just shaved off about 9 points. Yeah, we're still just accumulating here after the expansion from this morning. But yeah, man, in order to see a just continued movement up, a retracement into a bullish PD array on like all these open 15-minute fair value gaps should be nice. Yes, Wriggles, I am short. Trading view layout? What do you mean? What about my layout do you want? Macro is ending, so that macro didn't do shit other than raid these little internal lows here. I could lay out for you, but you ain't gonna like what you see. That's funny. Yeah, we got Trump speaking later today. Speaking about Israel and Hamas, boys. Sounds controversial, possibly. But yeah, stop has moved right above the current swing high. God, I hope so. Tyler's a puppet 6. God, I hope so. I am showing Topstep. Come on, little guy. Come on, little Naz ass. What's up, Soft Trades? Tyler's a puppet 6. You might get some negative aura. We don't want no negative aura. Yes, Tyler, I've thought about that. For whatever reason, we got more people joining now that the trade's in drawdown, shopping around. Here's the analyses, boys. SMT at the high. Entered the trade during the macro, right at the beginning of the macro, and we did not really move. Was looking to go break even here at the 15-minute fair value gap. Bullish fair value gap. We did not tap into it. Came ever so close to our break even. And then we got some Shrek candles right back up, boys. But man, either way, we've covered a lot today on stream. I feel like we had some good conversation while we were waiting over an hour. You think? Either way, the setup is, it's probably doomed. I'm not going to sugarcoat nothing. It's probably doomed. We'll see. I'm going to hold it and let it play out. I already trimmed my risk by about 9.5 points. But the reality is I wanted to see trading towards discount in the macro. Macro's come and gone. So it's probably doomed, but I'll give it a chance. You know what I'm saying? This will be the only trade for the morning, yeah. I might trade PM session. I mean, I didn't take anything until this trade. Market opened up, we just go straight up. Just looking for retracement to discount to catch a little counter trend trade here. The only people that have made money today are people that have been long. So at some point we gotta come back for imbalance in here, inefficiencies, and stop losses that are trailed below lows. So we're in a deep premium right now for today. There's no question about that. Oh shit. All of this inefficiency left open. Trailed stops up all morning. You also use PM session macros. I mean, yeah, I'm always paying attention to the end and the beginning of hours. When I was a scalper, one of the guys that I was learning like scalping strategies from actually utilized time as a big part of his like trying to, because when you're scalping, well, a lot of scalping is reversals, right? So I've always kind of been a reversal trader, to tell you the truth. There was a moment in time you could say I was trend trading because I was using EMAs for a while. Like EMAs was supply and demand. So EMA crossovers, tap into an order block inside of generally OTE was kind of one of my trading strategies for a while for Forex. But yeah, when I was scalping Forex, it was a lot of time-based everything, right? So I was always looking for reversals around new 30-minute marks and new hours, just because that's when they tend to happen. And just ironically enough, as ICT teaches, is the macros, which makes sense in terms of an algorithm or in terms of orders being entered or exited from a market. It's like that's going to happen around new hours, right? Order set to expire, order set to be placed. So a lot of volume injection at the turn of any given hour, new 4-hour candles, etc. So a lot of logic behind it. So yeah, I do use macros. I'm mindful of macros in PM. But obviously in PM session, you have a lot more data to work with, right? You have the whole AM session to go off of. Can you prove the types of account? No, yeah, David, these accounts right now, I'm trying to pass 3 Topstep X combines to get them into XFA. I have not traded. I haven't traded XFA. Gosh, since like the beginning of last week. So yeah, I've been pretty risk off. But yeah, if I can get these 3 passed, then I'll have my 5 XFAs. So instead of trying to do one at a time, just got 3 and I'm copy trading them on Topstep X. Yeah, I see my OBS, my banner or whatever is covering where it says. But yeah, it's common. I'm not trying to hide that from you. But yeah, we're pretty close to passing these, which is why like the risk is so small. The way that I kind of like to do combines at this point is kind of be more aggressive for the first half, and then once you get in the second half of the profit target, I'm just trying to take good trades, low risk. If I'm wrong, I want them to be a tight loss. If it's a trade that plays out, gives me the promised land. No, I don't watch hockey. Not at all, actually. If I was from Minnesota, maybe I would. No, sir. I've never even ice skated. I've never ice skated once. I'm okay at snowboarding, but not great. Once I get going too fast, I purposely wipe out so I don't wipe out going faster later. But no, we always had snowmobiles growing up, so that was always what we did in the winter a lot. Was as a fam, we'd go snowmobiling, fucking bropping and shit. I a football guy? Tyler's a puppy. You act like you haven't been here on my streams before. Go Pack Go, baby. Come on. Yeah, who you guys got this weekend? Are we cooking up any parlays for the Super Bowl or what? Chiefs or Eagles? Also, is the NFL rigged or nah? No, they've never put me on live, Miko. No, sir. I haven't made the cut. That is also one of the goals for 25 is to get moved up to live. 100K plus in payouts is the goal for 25 from Topstep, and then you know, get the shoulder tap and get moved into live. All part of my trading goals for 2025, boys and girls. Raphael says, Tyler, I'm new to your stream. Do you do any giveaways? I do some giveaways every once in a while. I haven't done one in a while. Let's see. I hit 11K. The last giveaway I did was for 10K subs on YouTube. Yeah, we're probably due for a giveaway one of these days here soon. I don't like to announce it ahead of time though, because I don't want people showing up to stream just for the giveaway and then they bounce, or they never show up unless they know there's a giveaway going on. So it's always, you got to be here every day, the whole time, or you might miss it. But yeah, we'll probably do another giveaway here soon in the near future. Hell, we might do one if this trade plays out. Just for fun. What's my risk? 255. You can see it right here. It might not. We got to break through this fair value gap. If we can break through this fair value gap, we got a chance. We got a chance, boys, but that's all we got is a chance. Oh, God. Well, let's do a pulse check while we wait. My God, we've been waiting. I've been in this trade for 25, 35 minutes. And counting, maybe 36. Oh my God. I am tempted to just cut the trade. I'm kind of sick of holding it. You know what I mean? Clearly it did not give the reaction that I was anticipating in that time window. And there's also a part of me that's whispering in my ear saying, if you close it, it's going to tank the second you get out. The second you get out, it's going to do a Drake candle down. You guys know that devil on the shoulder I'm talking about? Yeah, I think it just... Everything in me is telling me to cut the trade off. So minus 150. I cut the trade off. It's not giving me what I want to see. If I get a Drake candle now... Fuck it. But we got ES here. They're just kind of doing two different things. Oops. You got ES that's been putting in slightly higher lows. You got NQ that did this last poke down into the fair value gap. Put in bullish SMT again. And we're refusing to break through here. So, I don't know. I held the trade for 40 minutes. That's long enough. If it plays out, it plays out. But I like the logic behind the trade. We had, obviously, Here, if I go back to my other monitor here, show you guys the thought process. SMT with this external high with ES. So then from that point forward, scaled into the 1 minute and was waiting. Oh my God. SMT with the external high, ES lower high, NQ higher high, SMT. So from there, scaled into the 1 minute. And trying to find entry. So first possible entry would have been this change in the state of delivery / bearish fair value gap here on the 1 minute. Last down close candle before the up move to put in a new high. But then I waited. I was trying to see, more confirmation. So we ended up inversing a 3-minute gap here. That's what this represents. So we inversed a 3-minute here. I liked the relative equal lows we were stacking up here, right above inefficiency, obviously in a deep premium. So then once price started trading up into this 1 minute fair value gap and like this candle here, respect with the body, I just hopped in. Would stop at the high. We trade down. Once we got here, I was watching ES to see if ES was going to maybe sweep and create an SMT. We did not. We just kept putting in lower resistance relative equal lows here. So I kept the trade on. Once we came up to this fair value gap again, formed a swing high on the 1 minute. That was when I trailed stop above that high. So I trimmed like 9.5 points off. And then we just floated around in here and yeah, so good cut there. Closed it like right here on this candle. Now we're all the way at the high. So yeah, kind of disappointing that we didn't even want to trade into any of this inefficiency. You know what I'm saying, boys? That's kind of less than ideal. But no, yeah, I don't mind the trade at all. I'd argue there's logic. I don't care what anyone says. Oh, Tyler, he didn't end the trade in green and didn't take profit, so there's no logic in the trade. How about you take a hike, pal? I look like Jeremy Renner. I don't even know who that is. Older Jeremy Renner. All right, let me look it up. I swear to God, I'll never do a giveaway again if this is a diss. Ah, somebody has said this before. Yeah, the guy from the Avengers, Hawkeye. Yeah. Well, at least that's where I know him from, is the Avengers movies. Jeremy Renner. I guess that ain't so bad. Jeremy's 54. No shit. Is he I seen a lot of the Avengers guys. They came out during the election cycle and they were lobbying pretty hard for endorsing the other side. So I don't know how this guy, let's see. Does he did this guy endorse anyone? Bro, we're actually the same height. He's 5'9", I'm 5'9". I like to say I'm 5'10". If any girls ask, I'm 6 foot. Ah, come on, boys. Shit. Shucks, dude. Anyway, let's do a little pulse check before we hop off here. You crazy cats. But yeah, I cut that trade off early. Did not take the full stop out on that. Let's see. Final damage. Obviously, it was minus 150. 153 and 70 cents to be exact. And chart executions. There you go. 21,646 entry, 661 even exit. So you're going to be looking at a 15-point L. 15-point L, boys. Not too bad. But, yeah, hang on. Flat/BE. All right, boys. How'd you guys do today? How's the chat feeling? How is the chat feeling? And by feeling, I mean doing. Green, red, flat, break even. You're profitable. You do the opposite of my trades. Let's go, H. Hey, there's value to be found in every stream, even if I'm getting my ass fucked. Hey, we did all right today. I'm totally cool with this management. Yeah, I'm maybe just a little disappointed that we got so close to my break-even point and we didn't get it done, boys. Oh, we were so close. How close were we? I was going break-even and 8 more points. I was 8 points away from going break-even. Instead, I'm down 150. Damn. Damn. Green with a small scalp up 460, trading 10 micro and laddering out quickly. Nice. Yeah, I'm just trying to get these 3 accounts across the finish line here, boys. As you can see, I'm taking it because I'm a little farther away now after the 150 loss, but yeah, one good trade and we're going to be getting them across, boys. Hang on, I'm scrolling up. Carson Crow, go Pack Go. There you go. Anthony, oh shit. Anthony, I might have missed your message. You said you start Monday, right? I missed if you said earlier that you had any useful tips for your situation. I saw you tweeted it out. Yeah, I don't really see anything. I don't think that I missed. It only lets me scroll up so far, but checking the poll here, boys and girls. We got 17 to 18% green, 42%, 40% red / break even. Pretty dead even there. So, well, looking ahead to tomorrow, guys, before we hop off. Obviously, we got Trump speaking later tonight. I'm not worried about that really at all for today's session because that'll be after hours. But ADP now farm tomorrow. And then Thursday, obviously, day before NFP, and then NFP Friday. So that'll be that. As of right now, I'm going to walk away, go to the gym, come back, maybe trade something in PM session. What I'm looking for, I mean, like I already told you guys, my bias isn't changing here. I'm not going to long. I'm not going to long anywhere up in here, to be honest. So the only way I'm getting long is if we trade down a discount and then start forming bullish PD arrays on lower time frame. But until that happens, I'm just going to be waiting for a possible reversal. I'm not calling for a reversal. I'm not saying we're going to absolutely get a reversal. It's just what I'm waiting on. Just because if we get bearish PD arrays in a deep premium, that gives us, or me, the highest probability for a possible successful trade. You feel me, boys? Because the moment you try getting long up here, trying to chase it because you got FOMO and you think we're just going to go up forever. Stonks only go up. All of a sudden, that's when the reversal comes. And then you're sitting there saying, what the hell? You feel me, boys? You feel me, boys? Trend as your friend is the best advice. Yeah, well, trend is the friend until the end. Saying the trend is your friend is a pretty narrow-minded view of the market. You're only looking at one thing then. The market can go up and it can go down, boys. But anyway, all right, guys. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. I'll see you back here tomorrow morning. Appreciate you guys showing up. Like the stream before you head out, boys and girls. And I will catch you tomorrow. Peace out, everybody.
Our trade sits at his desk, coffee in hand. The NASDAQ charts on his screen, he's in command. He's a day trader, chasing dollars and dreams. Using ICT concepts, he's got some tricks up his sleeves. From Fibonacci retracements to volume spread analysis, Tyler knows the smart money. He's gaining an advantage. He watches the market like a hawk in the sky. With every tick and every turn, he's catching the high. Running with the smart money, kicking up dust. Tyler trades a day trader you can trust. Dancing with the bulls, riding with the bears, making moves, taking risks, he's a millionaire. With the bulls, riding with the bears, making moves, taking risks, he's a millionaire.